He'll unstrap and climb out of the car and listen to the crowd.
Rick, not only did the flag barely survive the burnout, the car barely survived the burnout as well. Almost wall contact, almost a fire as well. That belongs to you as a Cup Series champion, Ryan Blaney. Boy, a rough pit stop. You somehow put the team on your shoulders. An incredible battle with Kyle Larson. What did you say to yourself before that final restart, Ryan?
Just time to go to work. You know, I mean, we did a good job of getting where we need to be, and those guys had 2 good pit stops, so just need to go to work, and you know, hoping our car was good enough, which it was. So just so proud of this team. What an unbelievable year, what an unbelievable playoffs for us. To win back-to-back Cup titles for Mr. Penske, that's so special, and to have my family here winning my first Cup title, I got emotional in the car. I'm not a very emotional guy, but so cool. Thank you guys for coming. I hope it was an awesome show. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, appreciate Menards, Dutch Boy, Ford, you know, Worth, Advanced Auto Parts, Body Armor, Dex Imaging, Knauf, Cap Gemini, Wabash. Everybody makes this possible. John Menard's here, so that's so cool to get him a championship, and can't wait to celebrate with my guys.
We could hear all the emotion on the radio, Ryan. What was going through your mind on those final few laps?
No yellow. Didn't want a caution, and once I got to the white, you know, felt pretty good about it. It's just Matt getting there and finishing it off. So, yeah, I just didn't want a yellow. Luckily, everyone kept it straight, and we were going good. But I want to shout out also Kyle and William. That was fun racing those guys all day, and the 20 Bell. Unfortunately, he broke, but racing those 2 guys at the end there, racing clean. That's what racing's all about. So that was a lot of fun.
Mid-season, maybe even early in the playoffs. How improbable did this championship seem, Ryan?
Well, you never want to count yourself out, you know. I mean, I think in the summer, you know, we were struggling a little bit, but we never gave up, and we just went to work. And I've said that all week. Like, this group goes to work and they figure out problems. That's why they're such an amazing group to be with the Team Penske folks, because they just put their head down and do the work and accept the challenge, and that's what they did. So it's not happenstance. We started running so good during the playoffs. It was a lot of hard work by a lot of amazing men and women over at our race shop, and I can't thank them enough for that. And they deserve this just as much as you know, the guys who travel here, as much as me. They're just a big part of it.
And let's give the driver some credit as well. He put the team on their shoulders, got up through the field, and Ryan Blaney is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
And Rick, they had an absolutely perfect pit stop there at the end, both driver and crew. Walk me through the restart and the final laps. What was missing there that Blaney had and you guys didn't?
Yeah, his car was really fast, really the last few months, and yeah, especially here today. So our pit crew and pit road just really kept us in the game. You know, we weren't the greatest on the track, but I was just hoping for pit stops, you know, because I knew the way our team, you know, executed our lights and the way, you know, our pit crew can execute a fast pit stop. I knew that was going to be our only shot really to win, and they did everything, you know, in their power to give us the winning, you know, job done there. So, you know, huge thank you to them. Just, I needed to come out the leader on that restart. Ross got a really good start from the second row, and was hoping I could get clear of Denny and get to the lead, and then, you know, have Ross kind of protect for me behind me. And I'm not sure if it would have made a difference, really. I was just not as good as a few guys, and especially Blaney and Ross probably. So it would have been difficult, but you know, my team did a really good job all season, so I'm extremely proud of them. We had a up and down year, and we finally put together 2 solid weeks in a row. So I don't know if we've done that all year, but yeah, you know, just huge thank you to HendrickCars.com, Team Chevy, Valvoline, Junior Ramen Bar, everybody back at Hendrick Motorsports, the engine shop, everyone. So just we'll come back next year and try to be stronger.
Blaney made a point in his interview to talk about how respectfully both you and the other 2 contenders raced throughout the race. How important was it not to do anything egregious in this race?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to take as much as I could in 1 and 2, just to see if I could do anything, just because he was a lot faster. But you know, he was behind me a number of times throughout the race, never touched me. So you know, I would say for me, in my respect level, it started with him. You know, he raced with a lot of respect early on in the race, and he always has too. So it was fun watching, you know, Ryan and William and Bell kind of when he was still out there, us all racing hard. So yeah, just a lot of fun there, and congrats to Ryan. He's a deserving champion. Him and his team have done an amazing job. It's been you know, fun to kind of come up through the ranks with him, and you see him be a champion. So congrats to Team Penske and their whole team, and we'll try and beat them next year.
Well, it came for William Byron. Frankly, he dominated the beginning portion of this race. You had won the pole, but around stage 2, it just seemed to get away from you guys. What went wrong?
Yeah, once the track rubbered in, we got really tight. So, and especially when we lost the lead, you know, on track, we just had a big balance shift and got tight back in, you know, 2nd through 5th, and just couldn't gain a lot of speed through 1 and 2, and just kind of having to really overslow the car and get it to the bottom. So that's all we had there. Just really proud of our Exalta team. Just a great season. You know, it stinks to come up short, but I'd like to think we're going to be back in this position, and we're going to have more shots at it. So we just got to keep working. Got to keep working on the short track program for us. It was definitely the tough part of our season, but you know, I felt like we brought a good car this weekend, and really until the track kind of changed, I thought we were in the game. So yeah, just all we had there.
What was it like racing with Blaney and Larson there? You guys were so close at times. You know, you're racing for obviously the win and the lead, but also for a championship. What was that experience like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all raced really hard. So it was, I felt like in stage 1 and 2, I could kind of take Ryan's lane away a little bit and get him tight. And then once he got in front of us, you know, it was really hard to get him or chase him back down. And then with Larson, I thought we were pretty even. It was really, you know, who came off pit road, and he did a good job the last run, and they had more speed than us the last run. So the last run of the race, we just were pretty tight there. But yeah, like I said, just really proud of this team. We've had a great season, and a lot to be proud of, and we're going to keep digging hard. So this was a great season for us.
Strong season for William Byron, this 24 car, and a lot to build on for next year, guys.
He gets to lift the trophy finally, and it's heavier than it looks, isn't it, Ryan? How much of the story of this 12 team this year is about never giving up and overcoming adversity?
Yeah, I mean, I think we did an amazing job of that, you know, and, you know, I mean, it's somewhat of an up and down year, but you're going to have those moments, and through the summer, we just worked really hard to try to get back where we need to be, and kind of set a deadline for the playoffs, and we met that deadline, so just super proud of the effort by everybody at, you know, Team Penske, who put tons and tons of hours into hard work, and, you know, no one really got down. They just put their heads down, and they decided to, you know, really put in a lot of work, and it showed up, especially in these playoffs, especially the last 5 weeks, and so cool to have all their hard work pay off, so they should be proud.
Let's talk about your dad, Dave. He has been your biggest cheerleader of late. How about getting to this point? How much has family meant to you to get here?
It's meant everything, you know. I mean, obviously I come from a family of racers, my grandfather and dad and uncle, and you know, Dad is obviously who I grew up watching and admiring and wanted to be like. So to be able to do what he did, because as a kid I just wanted to do what Dad did, and so to be able to race and let alone, you know, compete for wins and championships and still have my parents around and people you look up to that are still around, it makes it even more special.
You know, second-year crew chiefs aren't supposed to win a Cup Series championship. How much has Jonathan Hassler changed the trajectory for you?
Oh, he's been amazing. I mean, it's been a fun 2 years. You know, I mean, we had a shot to get here last year. You know, and I made some mistakes that kept us out. So we worked really hard in the winter to try to get back to where we know we can be. And you know, he's such a dedicated hard worker. Every single person on this 12 group is, and you know, from pit crew to mechanics to truck drivers, you know, I mean, everyone has a part in it, and they work their asses off. So it's cool to see all that stuff pay off. And but yeah, fun to work with Jonathan, and hopefully we can get some more.
How about this young man over in the corner, Mr. Roger Penske? What has he meant to your career, Ryan?
Well, it's been amazing. You know, we talked, it's been over 10 years since when I walked through the doors of that place. It's hard to believe. It's gone by so fast. But, you know, I was telling everybody all week that, you know, having the opportunity to go back-to-back Cup champions for Mr. Penske, you know, has never been done. He hasn't done that. And it's not very often you get to do something in motorsports that RP hasn't done. And so, because he's done everything, he's accomplished everything. So to be able to be a part of this and bring him another championship and be a driver that's brought him a championship is very special. So it's been a fun decade, and hopefully another fun decade ahead.
Last year it was his teammate Joey Logano who wins the title. This year it's Ryan Blaney who brings Team Penske the Cup Series championship.
Rick, speaking of celebrations, which are probably going to go into the night, you've already gone through half a watermelon, a couple of Busch Lights right here in Victory Lane. Tell us what this day means to you, because no one does this. No one beats the championship four.
Has it never happened, Dave?
I don't believe it's ever happened.
I don't believe it's ever happened. We did something else that's never been done before. For everybody on this Worldwide Express team, the Global Trans and Unishippers, this vision for Trackhouse and what this was goals like this, and they were lofty. And it started with Advent Health and the Moose Lodge believing in me, coming over to Trackhouse, and then Kubota Jockey coming on board, filling out our season. Now, obviously, next year with Busch Light, the AB brand, you know, I couldn't think of anything I would want to do more is to try to be like Kevin Harvick, and racing him early in the race was bucket list. Little kid in me racing that 2005 GameCube game. I drove as the 29 GM Goodwrench car, and now I'm driving a Chevy for GM to Victory Lane, a Camaro. So, yeah, I am beside myself that we were able to do that. That last caution, we were really tight, and it saved us. And Phil Surgeon and this group at Trackhouse, all of our GM support staff, sim staff, and everybody at Trackhouse somehow came up with a way to make this thing turn, and we drove off into the sunset.
Well done. Enjoy the offseason with a win in your pocket.
And Kevin Harvick down here, surrounded by family, surrounded by friends that have become family. You've had competitors down here congratulating you on an absolutely outstanding Cup Series and NASCAR Series career. There were tears shed. I heard some laughs. There was a toast. Sum up what this day and what your career has meant to you.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for sure. And I think as you look at this last week, this really means a lot to me, just because I love driving the race car. I love being around the people more. I love our sport. You know, it's given our family so much to, through the years to be thankful for and proud of. And I can't wait to be able to walk in that tunnel with my head up and look around and just look at all the really cool things that are NASCAR racing in every venue that we go to with great fans and people all over the place. And I think for me, for the last 23 years in Cup, you walk into that tunnel just laser focused on how do you make your car go faster and communicate with your team the best that you can. And sometimes you don't see everything that's around you. So I'm fortunate to be able to kind of close this. I opened this chapter unexpectedly in 2001 and closed it in 2023 how we wanted to, and that was to be competitive. And the thing that means the most is just having the respect of the drivers and the competitors and the crew chief and my team and organization and all the past people that I've worked for or worked with. There's been so many great stories and things that have happened over this year, but especially this week.
As you talk about the competitors, and not only the competitor aspect, the fan aspect, you're not leaving the sport, you're moving to the TV booth, but what do you hope people remember you by as a racer?
Well, I think for me, it's just we gave it all we had, right? And every lap, every week, and in some way, shape, or form, we touch every aspect of this race car. I care about how everything looks, whether it's the color of the car, the stickers. I sit in the sponsorship meetings, the marketing meetings, the team meetings, and there's just not any piece of it that I don't feel like that we are a part of in some way, shape, or form. And we built a team here at Stewart-Haas Racing. We built a team at KHI. We built a management company. We've built so many things from the bottom up, and I think the hard work, I think, is something that people recognize. But I'll also, as you guys have seen through the week, and I'm a pretty emotional person. I've just done a really good job of hiding that through the years to make you think I'm super tough, but I'm really not. I love people. I care about people, and it's been it's been a lot of fun to get to know a lot of the drivers and crew chiefs and just people in NASCAR racing, and it's just been so much fun to tell a story about the last 30 years of my career this year, and I think everybody's done a great job, and I can't thank them enough.
And you'll do the storytelling moving forward. How will your career on the racetrack help you in what you're going to do in the next chapter?
Well, I feel like I can walk into any trailer in that garage right now and talk to the crew chief or the driver. You know, we can walk into any meeting. You know, I still want to be a part of the driver council and the things that they do. These guys are rock stars, and I want everybody to know how hard this is and how hard these guys work and how hard it is for them to come in here. And I think over the last several years, we've kind of got away from understanding how hard this is, and the guys and gals that drive these vehicles they're studs. They're badasses, and you know that's really what I want to portray. And this is a lot of hard work. And you know, you hear about F1 and NASCAR. We have every bit of all the rock star technology, everything that we need. We just got to make sure we tell the story. But I love the drivers, and I love to compete, and you know, they're the rock stars in this whole thing, and I can't wait to talk about this car and everything about them.
And you, Kevin, are a rock star. Congratulations on an absolutely outstanding career.
Thank you.
He'll continue on with Fox Sports next year as he will cover the races from the broadcast booth, but a lock for Hall of Fame when he is eligible.
Yeah, he is on the victory stage, the championship stage. Roger Penske for the second year in a row, stacking them up now here.
Well, it's obviously a great place to be here today, and the job that Blaney did racing clean to clean with those three guys was a pleasure to be in this race, and to race my best friend Rick Hendricks and Joe Gibbs. What a team. I mean, for Menards, for Ford, and this whole team Penske, not just the people that were here, the guys that drive the trucks, the ones across our whole country that shoot for this every single weekend. You can't beat this. That's why we do it every day.
Your voice came across the radio a couple of times today. Was there a little concern that your driver needed to stay in the game, focused the way he should?
Well, I didn't want to see him get excited. I'm looking at the stopwatch, and he was doing fine. But, of course, you knew there was going to be yellow there at the end. The one was out there, which was problematic for us. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's a champion, and that's what counts.
And Roger Penske is a champion owner once again here from Phoenix.
Catching up with the championship crew chief, Jonathan Hassler. And Jonathan, you and I have a bit of a history from being at Penske. You've been there since 2008. Your third year as a crew chief now, and you're a champion. What does that mean to you?
It's incredible. It's just a huge testament to the organization and this 12 team of working hard day in and day out, and never being afraid to be a little bit better.
So I want to talk about your driver there because he did an awesome job, but he got pretty feisty a couple times. What were you thinking seeing him gesture inside the car at other drivers and get feisty on the radio? How'd you calm him down?
Yeah, it was a tough position, obviously. If you can say you're trying to look at the big picture, and he can maybe settle in and ride there a little bit, but the truth is, we might get a pit stop again later. We might need a couple spots of cushion with the pit stall that the 24 had. So I was happy that he was racing as hard as he was. But yeah, then we kind of got knocked back a little bit, and he kind of had to settle in. We had a really good long run car, and the guys were able to come back to us. So proud of him and his ability to kind of reel it back in.
I just want to step back a couple weeks and say, where did you find this speed? Where did this come from? What was the magic you put in this 12 car the last couple weeks to go out here and win a championship?
It's not one thing. It's going through all the details and making a lot of small decisions that add up in the end. Ever since we won at Charlotte, we were able to kind of try some different things, and some worked and some didn't, and then kind of put our best foot forward for the playoffs.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Parker.
Proud Dad is up here watching all the festivities. Can you believe it? And how's it feel inside?
Yes, I believe it, all day. And, yeah, huge day. And I don't even know how to describe it. I thought he was going to win it 5 times and lose it 5 times. But he just kept getting after it and did it. So proud of him and everybody on the team.
He mentioned being able to talk to you about it leading up to this weekend and even the last couple of weeks. What does it mean to you, and what did you guys talk about?
It's just confidence with him, just building confidence. And, yeah, I told him before the Martinsville race he was going to win title. And somehow it worked out. But, no, he's so talented. It's just building confidence. And if this doesn't do it, I don't know what will.
And I'm thinking, since he was this high, because you brought him up, you taught him how to race, you taught him the things that you knew how to do. Could you see it back then that it would be here someday?
I saw it at 14, actually, that he had probably the talent to end up doing this, but working out is a whole different thing. But, yeah, I've seen it for a long time. Great kid.
And what does it mean to your family, Dave?
Oh, that's huge. I've seen a lot of races, but this was the coolest one. So, yeah, I wish my dad was around to see it. Very cool, though.
Coolest race ever, guys.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.